He's like, why me?
He's so mad. You guys say it was from when? Probably eventually.
Speaking of from when, it's December 6th, 2018.
Good evening, everybody. How are you?
Hola.
Hey, good morning.
What?
Good morning. Good morning. It's 5 a.m. on Monday.
You guys are being weird.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Been here since 4:30, waiting for this podcast to go.
It's winter time in the Midwest. We had Thanksgiving recently. Actually recording this just after recording with old Party Mike.
Mike.
It's good to see you guys. It's been Ethereum dropped $10.
Oh,
Ethereum is getting, the whole thing is getting crushed.
I know, it's awesome. I love it.
Did you sell it at its peak?
Didn't sell anything.
No.
Wow.
Wow.
DCA, bah. Just getting it.
it'll go back up.
Oh, yeah.
What goes down must come up.
It'll go back up unless it goes to zero. That's investing, I guess.
Right?
I hope that doesn't happen.
It's whatever. That's why you don't invest more than you can afford to lose, right?
That is true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah, I'm not sweating. And if I was, just because I ate a lot of meat earlier.
Oh, you got the meat sweats?
The classic meat sweats.
Yes.
Love the meat sweats.
Do you actually get the meat sweats?
I don't know.
It depends.
Probably in the summertime.
Eh.
And I just eat a barbecue.
Spicy food.
Well, you just have a barbecue and you
Just.
So it's just normal sweat
Non-stop.
anyway, but you happen to be eating meat
and you
around
just,
the same time.
You eat so much though, because you're like, oh, this is so delicious.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like 4th of July would be another example. It's like, oh, there's burgers, hot dogs, brats.
Or when you're eating turkey.
Steak.
Well, sometimes
And
if you
it's
eat
like-
enough turkey,
And you're like, well, I don't want to be rude, so
so
I'll just have one of each.
Fair enough. So the meat sweats because the meat is hot and it just heats you up internally, and you're like, oh, I'm hot, I'm sweating.
Is
now.
that what it is?
I don't know. I'm asking the question.
Oh, I just thought you ate so much and you're like, oh my God, I'm sweating from eating so much.
Did you sweat during Thanksgiving?
No,
After
I didn't
dinner?
eat that much. No.
No, I didn't either.
No.
Me either. What's up with this?
I know.
Why are we not eating a lot?
We need to eat more.
Yeah. By the way, this episode is titled Meat Sweats and Bro Talk.
Yes. Yes.
With Nguyen and MegaMatt.
Bro
So,
talk.
Nguyen, I haven't seen you in a little while.
Yeah.
What have you been up to?
I have been messing around on my computer. PC parts and building, baby.
Building computers is awesome.
It's so fun.
I remember, let's see, my first computer that was mine. Well, I took apart and put back together and like messed around, upgraded the RAM, and dropped in a new modem in my parents' 100 megahertz Acer.
Oh,
That was my
yeah?
first, like
Yes.
taking apart the computer, and I dropped in an 8X CD burner, which is way too advanced for a 100 megahertz computer, but it worked. It got the buffer underruns and CRC errors about half the time.
Half the time.
But if I burned at like 2X, I'm good to go.
That's the best. Always had to burn or rip at like ridiculously low speed.
You're just like, no, it burns in deeper this way. Don't burn at full 8X.
Don't burn at
Do
full
4X
8X.
at least. He's-
I forgot about that until you said.
Yeah.
Sometimes I had to burn at 1X because my CDs would come out.
yeah.
It's hilarious.
And you're like, you put the disc in the drive, and you're like, dude, it's not reading. You're like, did you burn this at 8X? You should burn it at 2X.
Did you have like a DX like
You're like,
466 DX2 or something weird?
yeah, and it's like, well, it should be reading fine. I got my freaking 50X CD reader.
Oh, jeez.
52X. That's what it was.
Wow.
Hit the turbo button.
Turbo button. That was the best.
That was a 486, I think, right? Or 386 that had that.
486. Yep.
So yeah, taking apart the family Acer computer, man, those were the best times. I would dial up with 28.8 and be on the internet all the time. So much waiting.
Did you have
it
a
was right
Cardinal?
next to the.
Did you have a Cardinal modem or like what was it back then? US Robotics, I think.
It was the. It's not Realtek. Was it Realtek Win modem? I don't think that's right. But either way, I upgraded to a 56K.
Yes.
And I did the noob networking thing, and I'm like, why aren't I downloading at 56 kilobytes a second? Well, if you take 56 kilobits a second divided by 8, that's how many kilobytes a second you get. Because remember when you're downloading stuff, you're like, oh, I'm getting 5 kilobytes a second. This is awesome.
This is awesome.
I'm going to get this MP3 in 12 minutes.
Now, did your
right.
family have Netscape or
AOL.
AOL.
Yep.
Okay.
AOL.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we did the whole net zero thing.
Yep.
So we always had AOL, but, we didn't want to use it all the time kind of thing. Like, you don't want to tie up the phone line and everything else.
Nope.
I don't remember how much it was. My parents never really told me. How much was AOL a month? Like $40 or 25? I don't remember.
So
I
yeah,
don't remember
it was 15
either.
for us, I think, or
Okay.
something weird.
But it was like, didn't you have to pay for minutes? No, because it was a local call. So you
Yeah.
still are
Yeah.
just tying up your phone
Right.
line that
Yeah.
costs $50 a month or whatever it is.
Yes.
Um,
Do you remember Rise of the Robots?
no.
No, that was a game. That was a cool game.
I played, so in the AOL, like, contained little space that you're in, I played Starship Troopers, and it was multiplayer. And I remember playing it with my buddy Brandon at his business because they had, like, a tanning salon.
Yeah.
And their computer was, like, fast. It was like, I think it was like 300 megahertz around there, something like that.
Jeez.
So it could play it, and it was so badass. That was my first, like, really good online experience,
really?
like, actually going online, not... him and I would also do like
Modem to modem.
I would dial modem to modem. We do Command and Conquer.
Yep.
Yeah,
We
that was
did
good
that too.
stuff, man.
Mine was Doom. The
Oh,
original and Doom
The
2.
original Doom.
Oh my
yes.
gosh. We would stay up till
You played it
4.
multiplayer?
Yeah, because you could dial modem to modem.
I never did that.
Oh, I
That's
never
awesome.
did that either.
It's because, at nighttime, you wouldn't want your parents to know, so we'd turn off all the ringers in our family's houses.
Yeah.
So I'd call them at like 10 p.m. and we'd play till like 4 a.m. Go to school the next day like, dude, I can't believe I shot you with the rocket launcher. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, that's Duke Nukem. Messed that up. But dude, yeah, those AOL days.
Those were the days. Especially going in an AOL chat room. Those were so fun.
Yes.
ASL, baby.
ASL.
That's what I'm saying. Do you cyber?
And did you have the? Did you have AIM? The like.
Yeah, we all had AIM. We go into a chat room and
Well, like you didn't even
it
have
was
to.
it was
like-
very wholesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, but AIM was sweet when your friend was online.
Yeah.
Dude, what's up? Because otherwise it was a hassle to call and be
Pretty
like,
much.
hey, is Matt there? Freaking Matt's mom's always answering the phone.
Dude, what was it? It was like AOL. It
I was just like, hey, babe, can you put Matt on?
it was Yahoo.
All right, Matt, I'll see you later, man. Put your mom back on.
I gotta tell her good night.
Oh, God. So bad.
Though, what's funny? Jason did a lot of chat rooms, whatnot, and he actually had a answering machine like thing on his computer, so like people could call and leave a message on there. I forget the name of that. Does anybody remember?
No.
An answering machine on his
It was an
computer?
answering machine. Like people, like if you call and you're on the internet, obviously it'll either kick you off or
Oh,
it's
okay.
a busy signal.
I had that too. It cost like $50.
I don't know.
And if you
that's
had
what-
call waiting,
okay,
it was just $50 one time, a little device, and it sat in between your modem and your computer.
I
And it
do
allowed you to
remember that.
quickly answer some calls and be like, hey, what's up, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it would like kind of pause or whatever.
Oh,
Most of the time,
no
it would still kick you off, but then you could
This
let
was like an
machines-
answering machine, though.
Yeah, it's probably the
Like,
same concept, but mine allowed you to answer some
just
calls, which
remember-
is kind of awesome.
I just remember being over there and he's doing this chat thing and he's like, grandma calls, hey, I'm just wondering where you been.
Wow. That was a perfect.
That was really good.
It sounds exactly like his grandma.
No.
I was like, man, is she in the room?
No way.
This kind of harkens back to Matt tearing it up at the nursing home.
Oh, come on. Ugh.
Throwback.
Matt loves the nursing home.
It's good they keep it cool in there.
Yeah.
Keep it fresh.
Yeah.
You like to hang out in there, huh?
Are you like a Wesley Willows? What's that place? What's that place called? I don't remember.
I'm more of a Rosewood guy.
Oh, you're Rosewood. Nice.
You like
for
the
you,
high end.
Yeah.
High-end
Well, I
LED.
mean, come on.
Good for you. Coming in a little hot on your levels.
Ooh.
I got you, bro.
Hot mic.
Hot mic.
Hot mic.
Speaking of hot Mike, why is he never on any podcasts with us?
No.
Mike.
Mike.
No. He's never here.
He did one.
He is never here.
He did one.
He did one.
That's true.
But
Speaking of another Mike, the one who I'm going to see in Cali at the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never had a computer before. Oh well, he's never had a gaming PC
He's just
before.
bought
Oh,
like
okay.
laptops and stuff.
Yeah, just bought laptops for work.
Is he a Mac guy, Windows guy?
I think he's
Don't know.
both.
Okay,
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
all right,
doesn't
okay.
matter.
fair enough.
So we're gonna build him a computer. It's
that's
gonna be
awesome. That's awesome.
Dude, it's so great to build computers. There's this project I want to do in my basement. You know, like my laundry room down in the arcade. It's kind of just a mess. I just got crap back there and Frodo's litter box. Well, I want to clear all that out, and I was going to do a YouTube video about it and release it like in the next 5 years. But like I wanted to do the proper server room thing and like get a wall-mounted
fun. Oh
cabinet.
really? Yeah. With the
Drop
server
in the
plates?
shelves, drop in my my Cisco core switches for the house, and
Oh,
then
man.
my servers and my Synology array with the 12. What is it? 12 terabytes of storage now. That's all like super redundant and mirrored off site. But anyway, all that stuff, and then actually do a patch panel that goes down into the room. So I have a like female network plug in my office, and then it comes up to my entertainment center, and then I'll have the gig everywhere, and it'll be.
You're gonna get gigabyte LAN?
Well, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what we have now. That's to the bar and everything. It's all gig
Oh, no kidding.
and the access points. But I was going to have it all properly done, legit network, because I don't know, like having the core switch in my office, it's kind of loud. Not really. It's fine, but I wanted to have it all in one spot,
Right.
kind of professional, not have just a bunch of cables in this tray
Yeah.
in my office, clean it up. And plus, it's kind of right up my alley anyway for networking stuff.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be a fun project to clean up, as an excuse to clean up that area of the basement.
Are
But
you gonna have like a cooler down there to blow all that hot air coming from the servers?
no, because right now
Oh.
it's just sitting in the shelf in my office, and it's totally cool because the
okay.
basement itself is cool.
Right.
And my office actually has a big duct for heat coming in there,
Yeah.
and it's never had a problem with stuff getting hot. So
Oh.
it'll be even better out in the main area of
Nice.
the basement.
That's
for sure.
perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
Dude, I wanna help with that.
Yeah,
That'd be
Yeah.
crazy.
that'd be sweet. We can do a video on it and stuff.
Oh yeah. Dude, I don't know why, I do love building PCs. It's such like a nerdy thing to do, but it's so fun.
It is fun.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about it? Because like you drop the computer, the CPU, processor in, but you don't have the pins anymore. It's just like surface mount. You just push it in there. It's just pressure. Remember back in the day when you actually had pins that dropped in the holes?
I don't
and you could
remember
mess
that.
up the pins and bend them.
Oh yeah, you still can. You still
Well,
have
the pins are on the motherboard now.
Right.
But it
You're
used
right.
to be the pins on the
You're right.
processor.
See, I forgot about that. That's
Yeah.
been so long ago.
Yep.
That's crazy. My favorite part is actually like just tweaking everything. I think getting into once you put everything together, it's fine, but like tweaking the BIOS and like
Mhm.
getting everything set to like overclock or whatever. I just delidded my CPU. That was crazy.
What is delidded?
Yeah, what
Delidding?
is that?
Okay, so when you have your CPU, you have the IHS, the metal part on the top, and you have the PCB that's on the bottom of your CPU,
Yeah.
and you rip it apart. Like you have to use a tool to tear it off.
Mm.
You take all the thermal paste that Intel or AMD that put on there because it's kind of crappy thermal paste.
Oh.
You take it off and you put on like your own paste, whatever the hot paste is at the moment for it.
Yeah.
You put it back together and like your CPU runs like 20 to 30 degrees cooler.
Dang.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Because I was running at 90.
Interesting.
90, now I'm running at 60.
You're running at 90 Celsius on your CPU?
Yeah, I was running pretty hot.
Wow.
What CPU is that?
It was a 4790K.
What is-
But I was using a stock cooler because my
okay.
my main cooler broke. So
Air?
yeah,
Okay.
Noctua, one of those nice ones.
Well, they have like the self-enclosed systems that are liquid cooled with the pump and the radiator and
Yeah.
fan. They're like $70.
Right.
And they run super cool.
Is that what you're running?
Yeah.
Oh, no kidding. What kind?
Actually, I got a bigger one on mine now because I'm still running that Is it 26? No, it's not 2600K. 2700K.
4770K.
No, it's not that. It's a Haswell.
Right.
6 core though.
Oh,
and it's the
core.
higher cache version 1.2.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, that's the 6 core.
Oh, so
and
it's
that's running liquid cooled, but the radiator block is twice as big. It's like
the thick ones, yeah.
And that's sitting up at the top of my case.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
And I've overclocked it. It does not get hot at all. I want to say
really?
it doesn't get above 65.
Oh, that's awesome.
I think even overclocked it and it's good.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, did you bench it like with IDA 64?
No,
See, that's
I
how
kind of
you know.
can't be bothered to do any of that stuff. I'm not into the benching and stuff.
Right.
It's more just like, is this fast? Is F.
AF.
One thing that
Are you running SLI?
No.
triple SLI?
No, man. I hate. So I used to have Trip GTX 260s
260s?
back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
This is like circa 2010, 11
Right,
kind of.
right.
Before the 8800 GTs, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And decline. And I would always have issues, and it wouldn't be great.
No,
The
SLI
thing is,
sucks,
though,
dude.
yeah, it's a pain in the ass, and I only had a Core 2 Duo at the time. That was my bottleneck. You trip graphics cards, and I had a Core 2 Duo. When this is when I could have got like a first gen i7.
Yeah.
I built a new computer with Mike, and we did Core 2 Duos. Dumb.
That's
So you know
dumb.
what I did with those computers? When I started my company, I made those into VMware host servers. And it's basically like sending your computer to a mine to work forever. Before mining, it's like you're going to run 10 servers at once and work in a little closet. Screw you, Core 2 Duo.
Core 2
That thing
Duo.
helped launch the company. It was great.
Yeah.
But the biggest performance increase on my desktop was the NVMe.
NVMe, yeah. M2.
So it
M.2.
runs, M.2 drive. I think I got a terabyte one.
Oh my god.
And I think it was the 980 Pro. It was sick.
Right.
I got a good deal on it.
Right.
And just getting it off the SATA bus, which is up to 6 gig or whatever, 3 gig, but getting on the PCI Express bus,
Yeah.
so fast.
Was it?
Mhm.
Oh, see, I have an M.2, and I'm like, it's 10 gigabytes faster, or 10 gigabytes versus 6 gigabytes per second
Yeah.
for regular SATA 3.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know. I'm not too interested in that, but
It's fast.
is it?
Fast as hell. It's my OS drive.
Dude, they're like a gigabyte now. M.2 NVMe is like 130.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, for like a generic one. Because I know
No.
the Samsungs are not
No,
that
the
cheap now.
Samsung 860.
It must be the budget one. There's no way.
86. No, I just saw it. Wait.
I'm going to be pissed.
It might just be the Evo, not Pro. But
Anyway. But yeah, Matt, have you ever built your own computer?
I have not done it myself. Me and
Son of a-
Jason.
860 Evo, 1 terabyte, 147.
Oh no!
told you.
Sorry, Matt.
That's
That's
all
very
right.
rude of me. Keep
No,
going.
no, it's all right.
I'm going to look how much I paid for this.
I've helped.
I
I've
just
helped-
ruined the podcast with
No,
that.
you did not. No, you did not. I've helped
Triggered.
Jason a couple times, but it's like I wasn't really like into it.
No.
I haven't like done it myself per se, but yeah.
You haven't done it yourself, but you helped Jason?
Yeah, I've helped Jason quite a bit.
I bought a 970 Pro Series terabyte PCI Express after I looked at, the 500 gig performance versus the terabyte. The
Yes.
higher you go, you get the better performance
Right.
still. Order details.
You gonna buy another one?
Oh no!
You better just quit looking at that. He's gonna start.
This was in August.
In August.
This was 3 months ago.
Man.
How much?
Hold on, let me look up the 970 Pro right now.
He's gonna get
I
all
messed up.
depressed. He's gonna be so depressed.
I messed up so bad. Oh, okay, I'm good. So I bought the Pro version. That's the expensive one, and it's the NAND.
Yes.
Like right now, it's $380. Right now for the terabyte.
Oh, okay.
I paid 440. So it's actually not
That's not
crazy.
It's not terrible.
If it was going to be the 150 one, I'd be like, all right, we're done with this podcast. I need to evaluate my life and my purchases. Yep.
The Pro does have a lot more
Longevity.
fail safe.
Yeah, it's meant for like way more writes. Like you can get a limited amount. Like say it's 100 terabytes of writes to the thing before it's dead.
Right.
Yeah, I mean it gets like 2 or 3 times more for the Pro.
Right.
So I figure OS drive, I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fast.
So
SSDs are the way
fast.
to go. Like the hard drive, you don't even need to buy a hard drive unless you're like strictly for backup and stuff.
And SATA bus SSDs, crazy.
Yeah.
Like just your standard Samsung Evo. Even if you get like a crucial cheap SSD,
it doesn't matter.
like
3D NAND, that's all you need
and
to
they're
know.
crazy cheap now.
They're crazy cheap. Yeah.
I remember I was buying the Raptor 10,000 RPM drives. And you're like, dude, these are awesome. They still were not that fast.
No, they weren't. Like, I couldn't tell the difference between 7,200 RPM and 10,000 RPM.
Yeah, it was like 10% difference. Not enough to care.
Right. But you still
I put 2 of those in a freaking RAID 0.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it did.
Did it go that much faster in RAID?
In my head, it did.
That's hilarious.
Oh.
Man, you're giving me the meat sweats.
Oh no.
You just said you put 2 into RAID. Wow.
Wow. Tell me more. You're so dreamy. I like when you talk nerdy to me. Can you do a master boot record or a GUID partition scheme? Damn.
Man, this podcast is going to be so the worst listens. We just talked about PC building.
Yo, can you do a partition with journaling and that ext4? You know what I'm saying? Oh shit! We're getting a kernel
So
panic.
remember,
Go ahead.
Remember AOL, right?
Yeah.
Remember using Napster to rip music?
Yeah.
I mean, not illegally, but
Well, I mean, you know,
I've never done anything illegal. So
Oh yeah.
what's that like?
LimeWire?
Matt?
What's LimeWire?
oh, LimeWire, yeah.
It was like a virus that LimeWire.
Yeah, you get a lot of bad stuff. I heard on LimeWire.
Was that a one? Kazaa?
Yep.
Yeah,
So Napster obviously was the first one,
yeah.
Yep.
and I would download like dance songs and stuff
Oh
like
yeah, I
that.
downloaded all that
And
stuff.
burn them at 2x, and then
Yeah, you don't want to burn it too fast.
freaking. Oh my god, so great! I'm trying to think. The one I used after that, there's one called like something Connect. It was basically like Kazaa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my uncle
Bear share.
tried to get me into news groups, like the proper like cable news groups where like you could just get super fast speeds, but that was more post dial up into the cable modem days.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But did you know people that had cable modems back in like 2000?
Really?
The rich people? Did you know anyone like that?
No.
I had one person in high school that I knew, and I remember like 2001, just like, dude, we had LAN parties.
Like, yeah, right.
Buddy of mine, Brian. So he
Oh,
had
Brian.
he had cable modem and stuff, and I spent hours at my house queuing up stuff on Kazaa.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, dude, this is happening. Games, music, stuff is going to be so awesome. So I queued it all up, hundreds of things. And then we're all up there and we plug into switches. And it was like me and maybe 5 other people. And
Yeah.
we had the couches and the tables. Dude, the LAN party days are so great.
Yeah, those were.
And I just plug it in. And I get that sweet 100 meg cable connection to his modem that probably at that time was downloading at like probably maybe 1 megabit down, I bet.
That was fast.
That's
That was
fast for
fast.
that time.
I remember getting
Yeah.
hundreds of kilobytes a second on downloads. And it was just
Man.
flying. But it would never finish because I had that much queued up. I was filling up that 40 gig Maxtor hard drive. Filling it up. I had a 10 gig OS drive though. I had 2 hard
Dude,
drives.
that was so fun. Like you would queue up so much crap on
Yeah.
your stuff.
Yep.
And you just download as much as you could
Yep.
throughout the day.
I loved it. Loved it. It
Did
wasn't
you just
till-
sit there and just watch it too? Just like, yeah.
Sometimes I would, yeah.
So in my growing up room at my parents' house is on the main floor, and I had a waterbed,
Oh, so
full
did I.
size waterbed.
Oh yeah.
It had the rise up like headboard, and it had a
Yep.
freaking mirror
Yep, I
embedded
had
in there.
that. I had that too.
So sweet.
It's awesome.
And then my dad's like, "Well, we're painting rooms. What do you want to do?" I'm like, "Green, dark green." He's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I want the ceiling too. I don't want the ceiling white. All the walls in the ceiling dark green." He's like, "Okay." I can't believe he's cool with this. My
Wow.
kid did that. I'd be like, "Nah, let's hey, bud, why don't you look at your Pinterest for a while and get some ideas?" Talk to your mom about design.
Who uses Pinterest as a dude? Do you?
No.
Yeah.
So,
Greg does.
He's like, "Well, what do you want?" And I was like, "Well, I want all the walls green, and I want the floor to be AstroTurf green,
What?
like a mini putt."
I'd be like, the hell is wrong with my kid?
So you wanted like full jungle mode.
Yeah. So it's my Pinterest. Things are things are happening.
Things are happening.
I thought that was just a girl thing. Whoa.
Yeah, I'm changing. I'm different now. So, AstroTurf,
I
green
wanna see
walls
what
and
your
ceiling,
pins are.
waterbed, and then I had this big desk that had like a faux marble top, but it was like big. It's actually the desk in my garage. That's my like childhood desk.
Oh,
Oh,
my
nice.
workbench desk.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's deep desk, really deep drawers. They're like 2 feet deep.
Yeah.
You could kick your legs all the way back underneath it. So then I made a wood riser so my keyboard could slide back under and my
Yeah.
monitor could be on top. But I started with a 17-inch flat CRT that my dad bought me for my birthday, or my parents
Really?
bought me. It's like $160. I was like, you guys are freaking crazy buying this for me.
Yeah.
So awesome. And I was just super into my computer. And then through my buddy Andy, his dad was selling a Dell 17-inch flat CRT. So I had dual 17-inch flat CRTs.
What?
Hashtag ballin' 17-year-old kid.
Yeah. No kidding.
Risen up. My AstroTurf green room with the waterbed. Just rolling.
Man.
But then I had a shelf above my monitors.
Mhm.
And then to the left, I had this US Robotics 56K modem with the red light strip across the front that said to send and receive and all the AT and modem commands.
You did have a US Robotics. I called it.
Yeah. So that was my computer that I got sophomore year in high school.
Nice.
And then so my parents had the dial-up Acer 56K one. Mine also had that. But yeah, we had the phone line in my room too. And then so I had the shelf, and then I had I bought a new copy of what it is, but I had a 10 megabit networking hub
Man.
that used RJ45 connectors on my shelf. And it had load lights, 10 to 80% load based on the load of the network.
Really?
Because it's hub, it's layer one. So when something sends a packet, it copies to everything else. It's inefficient as hell. Collisions everywhere on the network. It has to retransmit and everything else. But 10 meg, added a network card to my computer. 100 meg card, only ran at 10. And then added one to my parents' Acer.
Yeah.
So expanded that. Networked them together, static IPs. So now I can play network LAN games with the computer out by the kitchen in the house from my room.
Jeez.
We never did because my brothers hated me or whatever. They don't want to play with me. And we didn't really have good LAN games either besides like, I don't even remember if I had friends play Command & Conquer. I don't think so.
Command & Conquer was
So great.
StarCraft too.
Mhm.
But the coolest thing was, so I had this US Robotics modem. The thing was great. I think it connected with a serial connection too. It did. It was like a DB9 serial. It wasn't USB. And then my parents are like, well, we want to use the internet. And I'm like, well, I'm on there. So I set up a proxy and figured out, what to get the static, and then set theirs as the gateway for my proxy that I could dial up, and then their computer would be on dial up at the same time. through mine. So my computer acted as the
The
pseudo
hub.
router, and they would come through the hub, go to my computer, and go out the modem, and then my computer do the
Jeez.
request for them, and then send it back. I was a proxy for them, and I thought that was the coolest thing ever. My parents, I don't think they understood
I was
it
just
at
gonna
all.
ask you that. Did
They were
know
like-
what
And that's
was
why
going
Greg
on?
is doing what he's doing now.
Yeah, I remember
yes.
figuring it out at the time, like, this is kind of awesome. And it's
so
cool.
fun.
So my mom would be like going to dogpile.com to search something or whatever. Ask Jeeves, doesn't matter.
Ass Jeeves.
Greg's downloading
She's
MPEG
like,
porn.
well, we got to use the AOL. I'm like, I had to like have the talk. Don't use AOL anymore. I'm the one dialing up. You don't do that. It'll mess me up. I was like, you just have to open Internet Explorer or whatever, and it works.
Wow.
The coolest thing was I could see little blinks when we're doing just common network traffic, like ARP requests, hello, whatever, who has this IP BS. And then they would open a website and my load lights would go up.
You're like, what are you doing?
So I'd see like a little 10, 20%. I'm like, oh, they're going to traffic. Coolest thing ever. I did file shares too. So you just transfer stuff over.
like,
I also shared the printer. Perfect. I was working in IT way back in the day. I should have set up a ticketing system. So if they had a problem, I'm like, did you open a ticket?
Jesus.
They'd be like, why do we need to open a ticket? We can just come to you. I'd be like, that's how I can track. Otherwise, you think I'm in here doing nothing all the time.
I was only downloading some MPEG stuff.
Yeah. So those are some of the coolest memories. And I remember like I had an actual old school 80s stereo receiver.
Yeah.
And my
Which
brother
we all
had given
Right.
me, my brother had given me a sub box that from his car.
Nice.
I think I had a 10-inch sub.
Oh, yeah.
So I had that on the floor next to me.
Jeez.
And then I had my computer speaker. So it's a 2.1 legit setup. Thing was banging. I was
Wow.
downloading all the music. Oh, God. I loved it.
Baller. Hashtag baller.
Loved it.
Dude, 2.1 with a passive sub. Was it a passive sub or was it like fully
I
powered?
was passive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the amp was pushing that thing. I had it cranked. I think I even had like the arcade basketball hoop thing I got for Christmas
Oh
in the
my
corner of my room.
God. You're spoiled.
No, dude, that was cheap. That was one of the cheap ones. It
Oh,
wasn't a good
okay.
one. It's not like
But
an
his
arcade.
room, it was decked out the way he wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Money green.
That's what I'm saying.
I
all
never
around.
had a
Green.
TV. We couldn't afford more TVs. It wasn't until later that I got one. And then it got nuts to where like through my buddy at school, I did a trade and I got this old compact server that used to be from a business.
Yeah.
Thing had 160 megahertz processor, 166 or something. But the cool thing was it had, I want to say, 64 or 128 megs of RAM, which is huge for that back then.
Yeah.
So I messed around with Linux on that and stuff like that. And then eventually put Windows on it and it was networked. So then you guys know Andy,
Yep.
Yeah.
my buddy in high school. He came over and sat in my closet where this compact server is that's like 2.5 feet tall, loud as hell. SCSI drives. Whee, just
SCSI.
whining.
Oh my God! Did you just say
You turn it
SCSI?
on and the first one goes click. And then the next one in the bus click.
Wow.
And then-
this is nostalgic.
Diablo 1.
Yes.
First Diablo.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Had that, and we played networked. He's in my closet. I'm on my computer.
He's
And
in
we're
your
playing played through the whole thing. Deckard Cain, shout out.
Wow.
So good, Tristan. No, I'm saying.
Tristan. New Tristan.
That's right.
Diablo.
I gotta turn my level down.
World of Warcraft. Dude, all those games. Blizzard games are the best.
Yeah.
They're so good.
StarCraft.
StarCraft.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, StarCraft was really good.
Yeah.
Command and Conquer is a classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of my favorites, Command and Conquer, definitely.
Yeah. So
Or the
fun.
original Counter-Strike.
Now, like,
So that's what got crazy. Is when
Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike came out,
Yes.
that's when I started playing at Brian's house. We were all playing Counter-Strike.
mhm.
And I just remember CS Italy and obviously Dust and those
Mhm.
maps.
yeah.
And just like I felt it. Like I liked games before. I liked playing a little StarCraft
Yeah.
and I liked Oh God, just all those other games.
Right.
But it really started with Counter-Strike, where it was like, I want to play all the time, and I played all the time. And my parents were like, "We're going up to see Grandma and Grandpa for the weekend. You can stay with your brother. Here's like $40 for food or whatever."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Cool." I went to CompUSA and I bought the first optical mouse that came out.
Oh, jeez.
No way.
The Microsoft IntelliMouse.
Yeah, is it white one?
Yeah,
I have that.
I still have it in the
I
basement.
still have that too.
Jeez.
With the red bottom.
The red bottom,
So
right?
my brothers are like,
I know
we're going to
exactly
pizza
what
or
you mean.
whatever. I'm like, I bought a mouse. No ball. Dude, the thing was so smooth.
So fast.
It's the greatest mouse ever.
So
Yeah.
fast.
I think
It's
some
so
of the
ergonomically correct. Did it
Yeah.
have the back button that was like silver?
the most substantial things to happen to computers, right?
Yeah.
You got the burner,
Mm-hmm.
Burner. Which is
optical mouse,
the burner is now nobody uses it anymore.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
the burner, optical mouse,
Mm-hmm.
LCD screens,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and then solid state drives.
Solid state
Huge.
drive. Yes.
And obviously cable modem. Like those,
Yeah.
all those huge things. Like every time you would bump up one of those and get it, you'd be like, holy crap, this is so much better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's amazing. Like I went from a recently, not even like the past 3 years, was like a quad core Q66 Core 2 quad
Yeah,
Q6600
quad.
Mm-hmm.
right to an i5 2500K to this the
You're rocking
47
8 gigs of RAM? 16.
16.
Okay.
Gotta rock 16 nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't even max out 8 unless you're doing a heavy
Oh
game.
no, there's some games like you need
Mhm.
because some games do 10. Like I think Shadow of the Tomb Raider does at
Okay.
least 10 to 11.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, so that room in high school, so nostalgic, man.
Yeah.
I remember one of my buddies, Matt, he was like my main computer buddy in high school, and he was into MUDs, multi-user dungeons. So what that was, you get online with AOL or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and you open up a client, or it's almost basically like Telnet, a console,
Right. I
and
know
then you like connect on a certain port, and then it's just text-based.
text-based.
And
Yes.
then you log in, you got your
Yes.
character, and then
Yes.
you have all the different maps, and like you can look, and then you can like look, talk,
right.
attack.
I think one was called Red Dragon or something.
Okay.
Right. So yeah.
So I actually played one for like a week last year just to get into it. It was
Really?
cool, man. I started to get into it where I was like leveling up, and I had my gear, and I was doing quests, and it was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. And
Yeah.
you just play it on any console, whatever.
Right.
But it was a good throwback. So yeah, to get back to Counter-Strike, the Counter-Strike LAN parties just
Yeah, those were everywhere.
those were the best.
Yeah.
But this was back in the early 2000s too, right?
So the Counter-Strike,
Yeah,
like
right.
2000
Right.
basically,
Yeah,
2001,
2000. Right.
2000.
Yep.
Because I had Half-Life back then, which was the same engine.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then this is before the 1.6 update.
Right. Because there's
And
Half-Life.
then Condition 0.
There's Counter-Strike Source.
Didn't 1.6 have the shield? I thought it did. Because before that,
not
there was no
sure.
shield. And the Galil. But anyway, Counter-Strike, FY Ice World was my thing. Ice World, dude. You remember Ice World?
Dude,
No.
love it. Yeah.
I wasn't into Counter-Strike.
Really?
Well, I didn't get into it. I guess I didn't
So-
know.
Me and Andy would play it all the time.
Yeah.
And then I got cable. And graduating, I used all of the bonds that my grandparents had given me since I was a little kid,
Mm-hmm.
and all my graduation money. And my mom threw in a bunch too, and I got an Alienware computer
Oh my.
as my graduation from high school thing. Basically, like, let me use everything, and Mom, can I have
What?
$1,000? And I was like, I can't believe this
Yeah.
is happening.
Wow.
Nerd dream.
That's the most
crazy.
amazing gift
Area-
ever.
Area 51M Alienware laptop specs.
Wow.
Pentium D, single core, 2.4 gigahertz in 2002, summer of 2002.
That's good.
That's
That's
top,
good.
top of the
Top
line.
tier, right?
Yeah.
512 megs of RAM, upgradable to a gig later, but 512,
Right.
top of the line.
Yes.
GeForce 7600 GT with 64 megs of video memory. that was good as hell then. This is before the 9700 Pro days. Remember those? 9600, 9700 Pro Radeon? That was like the shit card for a long time.
When
This
AMD
is like when
rolled.
Battlefield 1942 came out, and then the 9700 Pro was like, dude, this card will run it perfect.
Yes. Yes.
So it's weird how I cannot remember things in my day-to-day life.
And then you can remember all this stuff.
Yeah, but these are like the cornerstones of like your life.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It just
I graduated.
But yeah, so I got this. I graduated, and the screen on the laptop. So the laptop was pretty standard size, 15-inch, 1600 by 1200 resolution.
Oh wow.
It was tiny. I was like, oh my god, custom Alienware logo mouse, optical mouse,
Yeah.
God.
Alienware mouse pad thing. Like, I still have all this in my basement, by the way. I like refurbished it like 5 years ago.
Really?
For the hell. I got a new power supply. I upgraded the RAM.
Dude, that's awesome.
I like made it good, and then I like turned it on, and I was like, cool.
Upgradable to a gig. I did it 5 years ago. 15 years later.
Yeah.
Okay, so that thing had a did it have a burner? No, it had a DVD ROM drive in it.
DVD-ROM drive
DVD-ROM.
in 2000.
Did it?
2001.
It had a DVD reader. Yeah,
Wow.
I'm pretty sure it did. Yes, it did.
Wow.
Crazy. It had an infrared on the side, so I could like do stuff to my my Palm Pilot or my compact pocket PC thing.
BlackBerry.
No, I don't think BlackBerry was back then.
What? No?
No.
I had one.
In 2001?
I don't know. Probably not 2001.
But dude, that Alienware was so sick. What else was great about it? So it had a CD burner, DVD ROM.
Yeah.
So to have that, it had the 1600 by 1200 dual batteries. So I had a spot for a floppy, but then I also bought an additional battery. So it had dual big batteries. The thing would last an hour and 10 minutes. Weighed about 10 pounds, 12 pounds.
Yeah, right.
So
Did you get a case
I remember,
for it?
you remember Land Planet in town?
Yeah.
So they had all the computers set up in pods,
Right,
circles, and they
yeah,
had like, I don't know, 16 computers, whatever it was.
Yeah, something like that.
And they had a T1, so they had the broadband that was perfect for playing online.
I do remember that.
You know what? We did have cable modem in 2000, 2001.
Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't get it until 2002 summer. When I graduated high school is when we got a cable modem.
Huh.
So Land Planet, I show up with my custom case, my all black case, no logos, and they had tables set up if you brought your own.
Yeah.
And I sat down with my Alienware. Freaking people start coming
They're
around.
like,
Oh my god!
what the
And then
heck?
I played Counter-Strike at 1600 by 1200. And with my mouse, I remember I just had that micro with the AK and stuff, which is like headshot, headshot, perfect frame rate.
I wonder what your frame rate was back then.
But the thing is, like my left hand resting on the WASD,
Yeah.
my palm would get hot on the laptop. Thing would get hot. So eventually I had to do the whole fans underneath
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
It's not like I could bring that thing to class ever either when I started college. But
Did it light up like everywhere?
no, it didn't have a lot of lights on it,
right,
actually.
Did the eyes light up?
It's
on
so
the
funny.
back?
Like now,
No, not in this one.
No?
This was the early one.
Really?
It didn't have that logo. It just had Alienware,
Oh.
and it was just like gray.
Oh, okay.
back then those Alienwares were like the thing
Oh
to have.
god, but they were so freaking expensive.
It's so funny, like, now
That
that
thing
we-
cost $2,900
Jeez.
in 2002.
Wow.
Bye bond money.
Holy crap.
I think I got $600 for graduation parties and all that. And then my mom just threw in the rest. I was like, I should call her.
I love you, Mom.
I'm going to bring it over and be like, remember this? And just hugs. And be like, here's some gift cards. I want to take you to lunch.
That is crazy.
You have the best mom in the world.
I think
Yeah,
I
you
just asked
do.
her, do you need anything?
Yes.
See, now Greg's mom is so good. I want to do stuff for her.
Yeah.
What do you
Sure.
need?
Right.
I'm like, do you need anything? Like, what? Do you want a car?
Do you want a car?
I'll finance
Here,
a
sit
car.
down. We'll clean the house for you.
Yeah. I will finance a car. Just take it. I should have done that. She got her master's. I should have got her a car. Something like she'd do for me.
She's got her Alienware.
Yeah, there you go.
Now you can play your games.
Now you can play. Now you can chat on AOL.
Oh my god.
Wow.
You know what's crazy? So talking about my mom getting me a laptop.
Yeah.
So when I went away to Florida to finish up school, I was like, I really need a laptop for school. Because I had a desktop at the time, but to actually go to class, take notes with it, whatever. Because this was 2006.
Right.
I was like, I really want a MacBook. The white MacBooks just came out. She took me to CompUSA and bought me a white MacBook.
No.
I think it was $1,200.
You have the best mom.
Now that I'm
Yeah.
recalling all of this, like I was
Wow.
appreciative the whole time.
Right.
Damn.
And I used it
Yeah.
for school a lot.
Yeah.
I still
Yeah.
have it. That's my DJ laptop with all the
with all the-
logos on it. It
yeah.
still works. It'll still run Serato and everything.
That's awesome.
But holy crap, that thing Core 2, Core 2 Duo, Core 2 gig of RAM, 2 gigs of RAM. Thing's sick. It still runs fine. I use it for Synthesia on my keyboard upstairs.
Yeah?
Still. That's
Yeah.
my computer for that.
Dude, I love Apple. What Apple does.
Still working after 12 years.
It's crazy. Did you do anything to it?
What else did my mom do for me? Buy me crap. This episode's called Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom, and Meat Sweats with MegaMatt.
Oh man.
This is Mother's Day / Christmas episode.
Yeah.
This is our post-Thanksgiving episode. How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because we got to give thanks to our moms.
Yeah,
Yeah.
jeez.
No
What is
kidding.
it? I don't even want to recall another thing because it's too much already. So what do you guys have for memories about computers? Anything back in the day or recently, doesn't matter. Like you talk about your building one. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's fun.
And before we get into that, sorry.
No.
You bought me a game today. I was at work and I saw you received a gift on Steam. And I'm like, oh my. And I look and I see Win. And I'm like, this guy.
I have to preemptively strike because Greg will buy you gifts for Christmas. And you're like, oh, I didn't know we were supposed to get gifts.
You don't have
Yeah.
to. That's
Yeah.
okay.
But I did get a good gift last year for our good friend Mike. So
It's true. Yeah. Was that a Black Friday special?
it was.
Okay, good.
It was Christmas on Black Friday.
Yeah. So what's the game that you got me? Because I was really busy at work today and I didn't get to
It
check
is
it out.
a first-person shooter. It is like Rainbow Six Siege.
Is it Insurgency?
Yeah, the new one. It doesn't
There's
come
a
out.
new one.
It doesn't come out until the 12th. But
Is it VR or is it just 2D? It's not VR, right?
No, it's not VR.
Okay.
No.
Hmm.
But it is 2D, and it's fun. It's like Rainbow Six Siege meets Battlefield.
You played it, right?
I've been playing it.
You've been playing.
Been
it. So
playing
you're
it.
like, this is great. It's on sale. I'm gonna get it for him.
Right. Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Just install it at the bar, then check it out.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, like, this only happened at the beginning of the year, but remember adding the computers to the bar.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
now it's gigabit connected computers with 1080 Ti's
Yeah.
on TVs on the wall
Yeah,
at a
yeah.
bar
Yeah.
in
3
an arcade.
TVs. 3 giant TVs.
1080 Ti's. This guy has
Yes.
how many?
It's for mining.
That's
Just for mining.
It's for
What do you
mining.
have? Like, how many do you have?
That's not something we talk about in
okay.
public, but there's a decent amount.
We're not here to brag.
No.
No, whatever. They're for friends to have gaming computers when we're over. So I have a permanent LAN party set up.
Do you have a screwdriver? I just need to borrow it and go to your computer real quick. You said it's for friends. Don't back out now.
It's fine. But to have a permanent LAN party set up, I never thought that would ever be a thing.
That's insane.
There's something I've always wanted to do, but it seems so what's the word? Where
Yeah,
you do
out of
stuff
reach.
that's way out there.
Right, it's just out of reach.
Eccentric.
eccentric. Yeah.
Kinda.
Yeah, he's got 3 gaming computers just for his friends alone.
At
With
the
1080
bar.
Ti's.
Well, before it was just like my old desktop with an
Yeah.
old graphics card
Yeah.
as the one bar computer. on an old TV. That's what it used to be.
Yeah.
So it wasn't like the focus of that's what it was.
Right.
But when mining came about and I had these extra motherboard and I just built these computers for it,
Yes.
it was an excuse. And it was like, what?
It's so
Why
fun.
don't I have 1080 Ti's for these for mining?
It's awesome. And then he's got the LED red keyboards, which all
yeah.
three of
Those are
them
the
lined
cheap
up.
ones
Yeah.
too. The dragon
Red
ones?
Dragons one, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think they're mechanical, if I remember.
They are
Yeah,
mechanical.
they are.
Everyone's
They're
just
so
click
nice.
clacking when we're playing.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that sound.
Call of Duty, got to play sometime again soon. That's good. But
Been playing that.
I haven't been
Have
playing
you?
any games lately.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You've been
just-
hanging out.
Just been busy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't you do
Shout
yoga
out. Yeah.
with your yoga pants?
Yeah, well, I'm looking at Instagram.
You mean Pinterest?
Oh, yeah, and Pinterest. I might tag you in all of it.
Don't be a dick.
Oh, my God. Dude, whatever. So, you know about Gregg's eggs, right?
Whoa. What is Greg's eggs?
Oh, you don't know about this?
So,
We got to fill him in the loop.
people, I don't know, people call me 3G, you know?
That's the first I heard that.
Yeah,
too.
so everybody calls me that. And then, it started recently now. Everyone at work calls me Trip G.
Trip G.
Because I'm G-R-E-G-G. Trip G. Catches. That's what everyone calls me. So this started because I don't know if you know this, but when I get into something, I'll just kind of keep going with it.
Yeah. I think I had that issue
I'm
too.
brewing kombucha in my kitchen now,
Are you?
and I have organic romaines and growing. And so I have my hydroponic garden in my kitchen.
Right.
And it's safe and it doesn't have E. coli. And kombucha. And then I was thinking about it, and I don't know how it exactly came up, but it came up at work. And I was like, why don't I get chickens? The problem is the rooster. And I worked out the logistics. Like, the rooster is what's loud. You don't want that dude just being loud as hell.
Yeah, like-
Alpha AF.
3 a.m, you know.
Just,
Wait, isn't there zoning laws like that in Rockford for that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't care. I looked it up. They will threaten and fine you $75 a day until you get rid of them. But I have a family friend who has the farm, and they have chickens, and they will give me 3 right now.
What?
Yep.
Really?
All right.
So my girlfriend and I
Trip G.
gave all of the hens names already.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
What?
And we're starting a company called Greg's Eggs. So if you want to subscribe, I will get you a dozen eggs a week. They're free range. Backyard to table.
Backyard.
And inside on every carton there'll be a picture of the hens. There'll be bios, what they're doing, what their week's like. So
what is going on? This is not real, right?
no,
This
so
is,
you can sign, dude. It's $3 a week.
you're making
can-
this up.
No,
You
he's
can do
not.
this.
No, he's not making this up.
And if you're with the city of where I live, this is not premeditated. All of a sudden, I can't. Oh man, I'm drawing a blank now. But anyway, there's Rita is one of the names. She's kind of calm. She's more sensible of the hens.
I know you're making this up.
No, he's not.
No, this is
Helen,
just
Helen, she kind of keeps it together with the group. The real wild card is Luann.
Luann.
Because every day I'm out there, I'm like, Luann, what are you doing over there, Luann? You're not supposed to be over
All
there,
right.
Luann.
look. You don't got to pull my leg, so. It's not that.
So are you saying you don't want to subscribe?
So you don't want to
No, you're making this up.
No, he's not making this up.
Matt, are
You
you going to
have
buy
to-
Greg's Eggs?
Absolutely.
Yeah. You can, since they're not washed on the outside, that proper, it's very European, you can leave it on the counter. Leave the eggs on the counter. You don't have to refrigerate them. They're fine. That's what they do in Europe. Read about it.
Wow.
Greg's Eggs.
You serious, right? You're serious.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
absolutely dead serious.
And on the bio of the cartons, we'll have what they've been eating, what their diet's like, and their bio. Gregg's Eggs. Now, for anyone listening, this is a small scale operation, so it's very artisan what I'm doing. I can't supply more than 4 people without scaling up. So I'll only be eating the Gregg's Eggs that are, excess, surplus Gregg's Eggs from
Greg's eggs.
from subscribers, basically.
Organic eggs
Yeah.
from Gregg. Non-pasteurized.
I don't know if you noticed, but my name's spelled Greggg. It has egg in it. I was born to start this company.
He was.
With Rita, Helen, and
Luann.
Luann.
So we're already talking about scaling this up and getting 6. Charlotte was another one.
Oh, you already have names?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
You gotta give some of them guy names too, just to give guy
Well,
names.
if he gets
No, that has to
if he
be the
gets a rooster,
No,
it'll
but
be-
he still named girls.
yeah. Well, isn't all? Well, if
Like I
they're
would
hens,
name one hen Brian or Matt.
Oh, like a Lindsay or something. Or Pat.
Yeah, right.
Pat.
More fluid. I got you. Yeah, so Gregg's Eggs is a thing. I'm glad I could tell you on this forum. Are you in though?
For what?
For a subscription?
No.
You can cancel at any time.
How am I'm gonna drive down 35
No,
minutes.
Then you get the delivered. And then when I start my milk company, I'll start bringing milk by.
Oh, the
He's gonna
milkman.
call me and say, "Hey, I got a job for you. You want to deliver some eggs for me?"
Once you sign up, you didn't read the terms and conditions.
Oh man.
I bought a new truck. I used mail truck from the post office.
Yep.
And I need you to wear this outfit.
Oh jeez.
So-
are you taking that a little too far?
No, like
Actually, I'm pretty excited
a
about it.
milkman outfit.
Thing
yeah,
is
the
that
egg
though,
deliverer.
it's just gonna be a thing, a tryout, right? I don't have to inhumanely get rid of my hens if I get caught, because they'll go back to the farm. So
Which is nice.
yeah, and then I'll just be
Yeah.
looking at getting a small dude. Why don't I just get some land outside of Rockford I can just go to, and I have my chickens
I
there.
mean, you could.
Man, I got a job for you.
Can I get a 1/20th of an acre
I don't
for
know.
like $1,000? Gregg's Eggs.
That's something you have to look into.
Coyotes murder all of them
I
every
was gonna
week.
say, or
Anyway.
people will just steal them.
Anyway, if you want to get involved, tweet at Arcade Impossible.
Greg's eggs.
Hashtag Gregg's Eggs. Or Trip G.
Trip G.
Either one.
Trip G. Yeah.
3G.
Yeah, everyone calls me 3G. It's fine. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I got to write on our show notes. Gregg's Eggs.
Greg's eggs.
Greg's eggs. My nickname, Trip G. Or 3G.
Oh my god. I liked reminiscing about computers though. That took me back a little bit. The Counter-Strike days. and
Yeah,
everything
That's
else.
fun
That's
stuff.
awesome. For
I
sure.
feel like in the future, if this ever disappears, whenever that is, I'm gonna reminisce about us playing games down at the bar. Like,
Yeah.
God, that was awesome.
Right.
We'll be 60-year-old,
Yeah.
like
60.
60. We'll be 60.
And I'll be laughing at Nguyen and getting surprised as I run through the drywall. I'm 60, 80. Forever. Or like Nguyen dressed up with his blonde wig and I'm like, what do you like to do for
my
fun? He's like, I
Lord.
like to party, go to the nightclub.
This never happened. There's no such thing.
Yeah, watch Australia Down Under episode Arcade Impossible at the very end.
Lies.
You'll see Nguyen as a lady holding my foot. I think that's how we should end it.
Yeah, that's a good way to end it.
Be on the
Great
lookout.
podcast.
Support your local egg vendor.
Yeah.
Greg's eggs.
All right, Chip G out.
Soon again. To go national.
Go next.
Don't tell him me to. Bye.
Later.